Very good morning to all of you present over here. Today we gather here to get the information about VLSI. It means that Very Large Scale Integration Program. This is the hardware device program which is found everywhere nowadays in mobile phones, laptops, computers, and all the robotic devices. For this, first I would like to welcome Mr. Akshay Kasodaria from California, USA. Sir is working in Intel company and he is giving us about this program, how this program is working, how this program is helpful in the education also. As we know that the pandemic has given us the opportunity to use the large scales of this technology, and for this VLSI, how it helpful and how we can make it very wonderful for our kids. So now I would like to welcome Mr. Akshay Kasodaria. First of all, then I would like to welcome our trustee sir, Chunibai Gajera, then trustee madam, Miss Kinjal Gajera, all the principals of different branches, Dr. Ritesh Agrawal, principal of Gajera Vidya Bhavan Uttran, all the educators and all the parents and the students. So now we'll have a small welcome video. Start.
आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Now I would like to request Dr. Agrawal to introduce Akshay sir. Over to you, sir.
Namaskar. It's a great privilege and pleasure for me to introduce today's distinguished guest, Mr. Akshay Kasodaria, Senior Engineer and Team Leader in Intel Company, California, United States of America. He is an engineer with a specialization of mechatronics. Mr. Akshay has more than 13 years of experience in the VLSI industry. He is currently working at Intel Company as a verification engineer and leading a team of 7 members in technical aspects in the server domain project. Verification is a very crucial part to make sure the product meets the expectation of the end customers. His work is appreciated by the management with the Star Performance Award twice in last 2 years. Congratulations, sir. In previous companies, he got an Excellent Executioner Award. In that company, he delivered a new quality product with a record break history of first go bring up without any error for the cheap project. Apart from work, his hobbies are cooking, hiking, photography, and learning about new technologies. So please welcome with a big round of applause Mr. Akshay Kasodaria, Sir is going to discuss about what is VLSI, how it is useful, and future of VLSI. Now over to you. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank first of all the group of Gajera School, all trustees, all management, senior management, principals, all the principals of different schools and vice principals, and for giving me this chance to share my knowledge, my experience with the students, and at least you guys acknowledge me as or in my experience, which can be helpful to the school and the students. So thank you very much. It's my pleasure to at least present what I have learned so far and share my experience. So let me share my presentation. Okay, so can everyone see my presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Visible,
let's
sir.
start and learn something about VLSI. So before we start, let's just give a pause and think like, why am I here? Why are you guys here? So just to clarify or define the agenda of this presentation or our discussion, I'm here to give you the introduction of the VLSI industry, VLSI domain, and just give you some brief about what VLSI is and why you guys are here. You guys are here to learn something about the VLSI today and to know what you guys can do in future. What is the future of VLSI if you guys want to make VLSI as your career? What you guys can do, where you should, where all of you should like start focusing on, which subjects you guys should focus on, which direction you should all develop the interest to make a VLSI career. So scope of this discussion, I would like to limit to but not completely restrict to the technical details. I don't want to go in too much of technical details because of the reason there's a wide audience starting from standard 8 to standard 12 here. So I would like to generalize my information which can be digested and understand by the wide audience instead of going in too much of technical details. So with that, let's start with the first slide. So the first question which we all of us can have, what is VLSI? So VLSI is an acronym which stands for very large scale integration. But integration in what? So integration within the chip. So chip is a word many of you might have not heard. It might be new for you guys. So think about any IC or integrated chip. If you guys might know about IC or use the or hear the word IC. So IC you can see which is present in any of the electronic device today. Any electronic device, if it is not working, you guys can break it open and then see. You might see some kind of square or rectangle black piece, which this kind of pins around it, which is nothing but the IC or the chip. You guys can see if you have, if you might have seen the any radio or old electronics device. If you can open and if you guys can see, there might be some capacitors, some round buttons or like kind of cylindrical stuff with some of the registers, small kind of grain size pieces. Those are all discrete circuits, which is different than the integrated circuit. So integrated circuit has a lot of thick things inside it. So what is the backbone or the tiniest piece of the integrated circuit? Integrated circuit's tiniest piece, or we can say the minimum smallest piece which we can define, those are transistors. So I know like you guys, this word might be new for you, but just think this is a device, or this is kind of a smallest piece which is present inside the circuit, which generally helps to develop this chip. So transistors can be of many types. I will not go into much of detail of this, because when you will guys go into the engineering or learn the advanced physics, you will come to know how what is transistor, how it works, how it is made. Transistors can be of basic types, are bipolar junction transistors or metal oxide semiconductor transistors, which are known as BJT transistor or MOS transistors. Okay, so in the next slide, if you guys see, just look at the image, and you guys can see what do you guys see in the image. Basically, first of all, you guys see there are a couple of people pushing some bigger box and putting into the bigger truck, right? So this image is from the year 1956. Many of you guys, if you have computer, if you guys have even the phone, you might know what is the RAM or what is the memory of the phone or the computer. Generally in today's computer we have memories which is in GBs, or maybe in some hard drive, external hard drives, if you guys have to store your photos, movies, or any kind of data, which can be in TBs. In this image we see a 5 MB, just 5 MB of hard drive in 1956. Isn't it amazing? See the size of the memory, right? It is humongous. It's too huge. એવું લાગે છે કે બહુ બધા લોકો જાણે એક મોટું બોક્સ ધક્કો મારતા હોય, right? 5 MB, just 5 MB of hard drive, this can be this big, right? In 1956. Okay, next slide will give you some kind of what's called kind of invitations, or like kind of interesting news for you, or interest which may pull your interest basically. So before we go to the next slide, let me just define, like VLSI, we have different scales of integrations. So that different scales of integrations are defined based on the number of transistors can fit into the IC or the chip. So in the small scale of integration, generally 10 to 100 transistors can fit. We define medium scale integration where 100 to 1000 transistors are present. And we define large scale integration where 1000 to 10,000 transistors are present. And in VLSI, which we are talking about today, can have more than 10,000 transistors in a chip. Later, I have a slide to show you guys, which can give you really interesting data about what in current date the VLSI chip, how many transistors that chip has. So let's go to the next slide and see. So the left side, if you guys see the image, is the same જે આપણે જૂની સ્લાઇડમાં જોઈ. It's the same 5 MB of hard drive, which many people are pushing into the truck. And the price was $10,000 per MB. So this is a 5 MB memory, which is equivalent to $50,000. On the right side, you guys can see in 2013, the company Western Digital released their first external hard drive, which is of capacity 4 terabyte. 4 terabyte, and which is the size of even smaller than our passport. So you guys can put in your pocket, go to your friend's house, copy your movies, copy your songs, copy your data, come back to your home and just start accessing those data. So this, what you are seeing, is nothing but the advancement of the VLSI industry from 1956 to 2013, you guys can see what a tremendous advancement happened, revolution happened in the VLSI industry. This all became possible only because of VLSI research and developments and ability to fit more and more transistors in a given chip. And no other industry has grown like VLSI industry till date. I have another example to show you guys in the next slide. Okay, so left side image, if you guys see, there are 4 people accessing the different terminals or some kind of different devices, right? That is nothing but a first computer. કેવડું મોટું છે, નહીં? It's like we can't even imagine this big size is a computer. It's like a room size, right? And to operate, you require multiple people. That's amazing. On the right side, if you see, we have 2020's release of tiniest computer, which is more or maybe like 1,000 or million times faster than the left side computer, and the size of our palm. એક હથેળીમાં આવી જાય એટલું નાનું આ લેપટોપ રાઈટ સાઈડમાં છે. So this is another example from old era 1950 or 1960s to 2020. What kind of changes has happened in the industry? What kind of advancement happened in the industry? Sounds interesting, right? Okay. Let's discuss a few more things about VLSI. As I told, like I have some facts which is like going to capture your attention here. Ex-founder, that's like in old days, 1950s or 60s, there was an engineer or like he was a co-founder and the CEO of the Intel, being like technical background, so I call it him an engineer before, is Gordon Moores, and he shared his observation during that days, stating like every 18 to 24 months the transistor counts in a chip gets double. Okay, so what does that mean? એનો મતલબ કે 1970 માં એક ચિપ જે બની હતી જેની અંદર જેટલા ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર જે હતા 2 વર્ષ પછી 1972 માં જે ચિપ બનશે એની અંદર જે ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટરની સંખ્યા જે હશે which will be almost double. Now if you see this graph, if we draw the line from 1970 to 2018, you guys will be able to see almost 45-degree angle exponential line. 45 નો ખૂણો પડતો હોય એવી લાઈન આપણને દેખાશે. What exactly it shows? What that shows the exponential growth of any chip transistors count. Latest last information from 2018 which I have, the chip which was made by the Dell company, which is nothing but the GC2 IPU, that's a chip's name, which had around 59.2 billion transistors in a chip. So we were talking about VLSI can have greater than 10,000 transistors, but there is no upper limit. And today in 2018's chip, we see the 59.2 billion transistor which was in a single chip. The image on the right side bottom, he is a Dell CEO, and in his hand that is the GC2 IPU chip. It's a real image, and you guys can see how tiny that chip is with having 59.2 billion transistors fitted in that chip. Okay, I know you guys may have some questions whatever I'm explaining. If you guys are not able to understand, you guys can note down any slide number and your questions. In the end of the presentation, we have a special Q&A session. You guys can put your questions there, and I will try my best to answer your questions. Let's go to the next slide. So basically, we are talking about, okay, there is IC. In IC, there are a lot of transistors and all. But where these all ICs are, these ICs are present in any electronic devices you see today or you use in your day-to-day life, whether it's a laptop, computer, your iPad, your gaming console, your photo equipments like either camcorder or digital SLRs, right? There was another example which I would like to give of the revolution came in the TV. In the 1985s, there was a big CRT TVs, which was not HD, not even half HD. Revolution came in that it becomes 720 pixel HD TV. Within a 2 year, there was 180, which was a full HD TV came. Within the next 2 years, we saw like the quad HD TV came. And as you know, you guys see the latest trend is 4K HDR TV screens. We see in the mobile, the previous mobile for charging used to take hours. Now the revolution in the mobile are fast charging. Within 40 minutes, you can get whole days of battery lives. Previously, there was no or less information about internet. Today, we all use Wi-Fi in our day-to-day usage. We already saw the example of the computer size and the batteries. Previous batteries was very huge and hardly used to sustain. Even एक दिवस नहोती चलती. Aaj we have laptops which runs more than a day for without or just a single charge basically. So let's see what basically the transistors. We saw like a basic element of the any IC is nothing but the transistor. So transistors together makes the gates. Gates makes the block. Block makes the subsystem, which are all nothing but making some work for dedicated work which is defined for those blocks. And all subsystem when comes together becomes the SOC. And SOC when fitted on the particular with the discrete circuits and some of the mechanics, it becomes the whole product. I would like to quickly go over the cycles, what those cycles are. Basically, we all know the demand, revolution, or enhancement creates the requirement. We all know requirement. Once the requirement is created, experts puts that into some specifications. They write like what exactly we need. Then from there, basically all the engineers like me write the code. So that code is nothing but the hardware or the IC you see, because hardware before even it gets manufactured, it is a simple code like any software code you write. So from there, that code gets validated in the functional verification. It goes through many process like logic synthesis where it converts it into the gate. That gates are put it on a one floor planning, then becomes the manufacturing, and it goes on and on for till it becomes the actual IC. I have one video which will show you at the end of the presentation, which will give you some idea how that manufacturing process happens. Okay, I'm running little out of time, so I will try to hurry. There are a couple of revolutionary changes coming into the VLSI. Which are all those? Those are IoT, AI, wireless, extended realities, personalized and predictive medicines, autonomous driving, and there are so many, but I haven't listed all of them here. I know this becomes like too much to understand or grasp at this stage, but I will try to simplify all of these as much as I can for you guys. તો જેટલું બને એટલું તમને સરળ ભાષામાં હું સમજાવીશ. So let's talk about IoT. What is IoT? IoT is acronyms and પૂરું નામ છે Internet of Things. Basically, જેટલા devices આપણે યુઝ કરી રહ્યા છીએ એમાં નવું ને નવું ઇનોવેશન્સ આવતું જાય છે. એ બધા વાઈફાઈ ઉપર કામ કરતા થઈ રહ્યા છે. ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ સ્માર્ટ બલ્બ. આજની તારીખમાં there are bulb presents which you can control which color of that bulb will produce from your mobile app. There are Philips bulb. If you will search smart bulb, you will see. અત્યારે પણ કદાચ કોઈ જગ્યાએ જઈને તમે સ્માર્ટ બલ્બનું ઇલેક્ટ્રિકલ દુકાનમાં પૂછશો તો you will find out. એ વાઈફાઈ ઉપર કામ કરે છે. You can change the color of that LED or the bulb based on your fingernails. એટલે તમને આજે મન થાય કે મારે ઘરમાં ગુલાબી કલરનો પ્રકાશ જોઈએ છે, you can just change in couple of seconds. Similarly, there are smart appliances, smart lock, smart security cameras even. Security cameras એટલા હદ સુધી સ્માર્ટ થઈ ગયા છે કે ડેલી રૂટીન્સ તમારા જાણતા હોય કે જનરલી 8 થી 5 માં અહીંયા લોકો ફરતા હોય છે. 5 વાગ્યા પછી કોઈ લોકો ફરે તો એનો ઓટોમેટિક એ વિડીયોની ક્લિપ લઈ અને તમારા ઓનર એ વિડીયો કેમેરા જેને સેટઅપ કર્યો હોય જેના મોબાઈલમાં એની એપ હોય એના ઓનરને મોકલી દે, જેથી 5 વાગ્યા પછીની બધી મૂવમેન્ટ એ ઓનરને ખબર પડે. So those are smart cameras. Security for purpose, these are used in day-to-day lives. So these are all nothing but the IoT. So both of the devices, they start communicating with each other, and that is possible because of the Wi-Fi. So there are so many new things coming in this domain, and there are so many research are going on in the IoT domain. Next is AI. What is AI? Artificial intelligence. આપણે બધાને નામ ખબર છે. But what exactly it is? તો આપણે લોકો એઝ અ હ્યુમન જે કંઈ બી ટાસ્ક કરી શકીએ છીએ અને એવા ટાસ્ક કે જેમાં થોડુંક ઇન્ટેલિજન્સની જરૂર પડતી હોય, થોડી સમજની જરૂર પડતી હોય એ ટાસ્ક પૂરું કરવા માટે, જો એ ટાસ્ક કોઈ મશીન કે કોઈ પ્રોગ્રામ કરી શકે, so that is called the AI intelligent program or machine. અહીંયા તમે ફોટોમાં જે જોઈ રહ્યા છો, this is the latest example of it. આપણે બધાને ખબર છે કોરોનાની મહામારી ચાલી રહી છે. The example shows the robot taking the nasal swab test of the corona patient. Right? Looks amazing, right? What and like કેટલું બધું મગજ વાપર્યું હશે આ બધું સેટઅપ કરવામાં, બનાવવામાં, કંટ્રોલ કરવામાં. અને મશીનને ખબર છે કે સ્વેબ કેટલો ઊંડો નાકમાં જવો જોઈએ, વધારે ઊંડો જાય તો કોઈને ઇન્જરી થઈ શકે, રાઈટ? So it is intelligent enough to control that too. There are many other examples of the AI. અત્યારે ફોનમાં આઈફોન વાપરતા હોય તો એપલ સીરી, ગૂગલ નો એન્ડ્રોઈડ ફોન હોય તો ગૂગલ આસિસ્ટન્ટ, અને ઘરમાં એલેક્સા હોય તો અમેઝોન એલેક્સા. Those all are like virtual assistants present for you. These are all AI based. Another examples, તમે કોઈ જગ્યાએ ગૂગલમાં એકવાર વોશિંગ મશીન સર્ચ કર્યું હશે તો તમારા ફેસબુકના પેજ પર બી વોશિંગ મશીનની તમને એડ જોવા મળશે. તમારા બીજા કોઈ વેબ બ્રાઉઝર ઉપર પણ વોશિંગ મશીનના ઓફરો તમને જોવા મળશે. What is all this? This is just data mining, one of the use case of the AI. There can be many other examples. ક્રેડિટ કાર્ડનું ફ્રોડ અટકાવવા માટે AI નો યુઝ થઈ રહ્યો છે અત્યારે. There are many places. અમુક કેમેરામાં તમે ફોટો પાડો, કેમેરામાં રહેલો વ્યક્તિ કોણ છે, કઈ જગ્યાએ ઊભો છે, એની આજુબાજુમાં બીજા કયા બધા રેસ્ટોરન્ટ્સ કે શોપિંગના ઓપ્શન્સ અવેલેબલ છે, એ પણ તમારા એક ક્લિકના ફોટો દ્વારા ઓવરઓલ ડેટાનું એનાલિસિસ થઈ અને AI તમને સજેસ્ટ કરી શકે છે. Let's talk about the next revolution, wireless and autonomous driving. Wireless, we all know, તમે બધા 3G માંથી અત્યારે India is now started supporting 4G. You guys are all enjoying the 4G, more speed, more data coming on. Next revolution coming in that direction is nothing but the 5G. And 5G, 4G કરતા બી એટલું બધું ફાસ્ટ છે કે you don't need specific router ઘરમાં કે કોઈ internet things. Everything, all devices can have 5G chip, અને ડાયરેક્ટલી તમારું મોબાઈલ જેમ વાઈફાઈ થી ડેટા રિસીવ કરે છે એમ દરેક ડિવાઇસ ડાયરેક્ટલી એ ડેટાને રિસીવ કરી શકશે. It's like a cellular network inbuilt to each and every device, and there are so many applications of it. તમારી કાર એક્સિડન્ટ થતાની સાથે ડાયરેક્ટ વાઈફાઈ દ્વારા તમારા ડોક્ટરને કે ઇમરજન્સી ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટમાં કોલ કરી શકે છે, which can be very helpful, right? Autonomous driving, you guys can see the real picture. Left hand side માં નીચે જે picture છે is nothing but the Waymo driverless car. It's a real picture of the car and San Francisco, California માં એનું testing ચાલી રહ્યું છે. If you see the right side photo, it has so many sensors to detect કે અહીંયા કોઈ માણસ ઊભું છે, આ બાજુથી કાર આવી રહી છે. Self car is intelligent enough when to take a turn, when to brake it, what should be the speed. Tesla, જે recent car છે, it has all these kind of inbuilt features. And also the Google has a car and આ employee એમાં register કરાઈ અને autonomous car માં ફરી શકે છે. The last slide I have, which shows the extended reality. તમે બધાએ VR સાંભળ્યું હશે, મોબાઈલની સાથે free આવતા હતા. The first start was AR, augmented reality. Augmented reality in the sense કે તમે મોબાઈલમાંથી ફોટો પાડો ને ત્યાં તમારું 3D એનિમલ્સ દેખાય, વાઘ ઉભેલો દેખાય, પણ તમારા ઘરમાં ઉભેલો દેખાય. That's AR. VR માં બધું virtual. You guys are standing inside the jungle and you guys can see the dinosaur passing by. That's nothing but the VR. The next revolution in that era was the MR, which is a mixed reality, which is the mix of AR and VR. And now the latest trend in that segment is nothing but the extended reality. Extended reality એટલી બધી આગળ વધી જશે. There's so many research is happening in that era કે તમે ઘરે બેઠા બેઠા શાકભાજીની દુકાનમાં જઈ તમારી જાતે શાકભાજી પિક કરશો, ત્યાં દુકાનદારને તમે જ દેખાશો, તમારી શાકભાજીનું લિસ્ટ તમે લીધેલી સિલેક્ટેડ શાકભાજીને તમે દુકાનદારને આપશો એટલે દુકાનદાર એ બધું પેક કરી he will come to know basically from extended reality કે તમે આ કોબી સિલેક્ટ કરી છે, આટલા ભીંડા સિલેક્ટ કર્યા છે, આ જગ્યાએથી આટલા ટમેટા લીધા છે, એ બધું પેક થઈને he will deliver to your house. There are so many other practical examples can be or can happen in next future with the help of extended reality are the training, military trainings. Real commandos के सैनिकों ने real environment માં extended reality द्वारा commander and chief trainer ઘરે બેઠા બેઠા training આપી શકે છે. You guys can enjoy even the movies like with your friend sitting in the cinema hall while sitting at your home. Even your friend need not to be with your friend, with your home. It can be a different, everybody is sitting in their own homes and still enjoying the movie sitting in the cinema. It's extended realities, all applications. Okay, I think I took more time than what I should, but let me give you the brief. આ બધું જોઈને કદાચ તમને આ ક્વેશ્ચન થાય કે મારે પણ VLSI એન્જિનિયર બનવું છે. I also want to contribute in this kind of R&D, new kind of revolutions. તો મારે શું કરવું? Okay, so basically after 12th you guys can select the engineering field, so become a graduate with the engineering field. Your major should be electronics engineering or mechatronics, which is nothing but mechanical, electronics and computer combined. After graduation, there are two ways. You guys can take your post graduation, which is master degree in VLSI. Many colleges are giving these options to do masters. You can do master plus PhD in any of the VLSI particular segment and become a PhD. Or other way is many other training institutes gives the advanced post-graduation diploma options in VLSI and practical 6 months trainings course. You guys can take that course. After graduation, another option is you guys can sit in the campus interview of the VLSI company and crack that interview and go directly in the VLSI, join the VLSI company. But before all this, you guys need to develop the interest in electronics and logical design side. So you guys have to decide your career path. If you guys want to be a VLSI engineer, start developing this kind of interest. Start reading something about VLSI, logical design, circuit design, what are gates, what is code. This all will help you. With this, I'll just finish my presentation. and we guys can attend any Q&As. So let's go over the Q&A.
Sir, before that, that video might be.
Oh yeah, I think sorry.
Can we show that video?
Yeah, I completely forgot. So let's go and show the video if we have a time. I thought because I took little more time than my time, so we can show the video
Yes,
also
sir.
if we have time.
Sir, it's a humble request that please you can give some explanation in Gujarati, because in our ninth standard and especially we have both English and Gujarati medium, but in Gujarati medium this VLI chapter is there. So
Okay.
they will come to know exactly what is VLSI. They are studying this chapter, but expert discussion is more important than bookish information. So after this video, for just 2 minutes, you can discuss something about VLSI in Gujarati. So they will come to know what exactly it is.
Okay, sure. I think I was in a flow and I might have used a little bit of more English, but yeah, I think we can talk about it after video.
Yes, please show that video.
The world is producing data at an unprecedented rate, faster than our ability to analyze and understand it. To move, store, and compute all of this data requires incredible processing power. From the blazing speeds of our devices to blazing trails within AI, Intel builds chips that are at the heart of nearly everything. Within every Intel chip manufacturing facility across the globe, innovators are pushing the limits of science and literally rearranging atoms to create groundbreaking technology. This strong silicon foundation is what gives each Intel chip limitless potential. At the heart of all modern electronics, the transistor is a tiny switch, 10,000 times smaller than a human hair, that controls the flow of electrons through a circuit. To build a processor, billions of transistors are packed into an area no larger than a fingernail. It's one of mankind's most complex feats, and a remarkable achievement that Intel has essentially doubled transistor density in every new generation of processors. The process begins when silicon-rich sand is melted and cooled, forming a solid, which is then sliced into wafers. Once inside an Intel fab, the raw wafers begin their long journey through an incredibly complex process. They're loaded into front-opening unified pods, or FOUPs, which travel hundreds of miles along Intel's automated superhighway, going from tool to tool, as processors are painstakingly built up on each wafer. The wafer first goes through a series of important steps, such as photolithography, ion implantation, and etching, that prepare it for the critical transistor formation process. Intel was the first to manufacture three-dimensional transistors called FinFETs. FinFET construction requires first building a channel in the form of a fin. Intel has devised several innovations to overcome fundamental barriers to continued transistor scaling. One such innovation is a breakthrough fabrication method called gate last. It involves building, then removing a temporary gate in order to precisely place the dielectric material and metal gate. This allows for the gate to wrap around the fin and control the flow of electrons through the channel. Another invention moves the transistor contact directly over the active gate. To accomplish this, the gate material is recessed and then filled with insulating dielectric material to prevent the creation of a short circuit. Next, the dielectric near the gate is etched, filled with metal, recessed, and capped to allow a novel self-aligning process that enables the high-density contact geometries. Now, the dielectrics are etched selectively to expose only the desired part to connect to the first metal lines. This is done through an innovative via etch and deposition scheme, allowing contact over active gate to happen. Finally, dozens of layers of metal interconnect lines are added to complete the circuit. After more than 1,000 of these complex steps, the wafers are finally prepared for singulation and packaging. Innovative processor packaging has become a critical feature of advanced computing architecture. 2D and 3D packaging technologies are enabling new device form factors and additional boosts in performance and energy efficiency. Testing of the final product ensures that every chip exceeds our performance and quality standards. In addition to adding more performance and features with each new processor generation, Intel's integrated design and manufacturing capabilities have enabled humanity to innovate game-changing technologies that impact nearly every facet of modern life. Intel keeps powering the world. At the same time, we're powered by you, the makers, the dreamers, the doers, the people who share in our history of making the world smarter, faster, and more connected.
ઓકે ગ્રેટ. 2 મિનિટમાં હું તમને ગુજરાતીમાં સમજાવવાનો પ્રયત્ન કરીશ કે વોટ ઇઝ VLSI. એક એક્ઝામ્પલ આપું. આપણે પ્રેઝન્ટેશન દરમિયાન વાત કરી કે કોઈ પણ આઈસી એટલે શું, બેઝિકલી ઇન્ટિગ્રેટેડ સર્કિટ. પૂરું નામ છે ઇન્ટિગ્રેટેડ સર્કિટ. ઇન્ટિગ્રેટેડ એટલે બધું એકબીજા સાથે સંકળાયેલું, અને એક સર્કિટ એટલે કે એક ડિઝાઇન બની હોય, એક ઇલેક્ટ્રિકલ સર્કિટ, જેને સિમ્પલ ભાષામાં કહી શકો. તો એક નાના એવા ચોરસમાં તમે બહુ બધા રાઈના દાણા જે મૂકો અને એ ભેગા થઈ અને એક ફંક્શન અથવા તો એક પ્રોસેસર જેવું કામ કરે, એને આપણે આઈસી અથવા તો ઇન્ટિગ્રેટેડ સર્કિટ કહીશું. એ રાઈના દાણા નાના નાના જે એક ચોરસમાં મૂક્યા, એ નથિંગ એક દરેક રાઈનો દાણો એ નથિંગ બટ વન ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર. ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર એ એક નાનામાં નાનો પાર્ટિકલ્સ છે જે ચિપની અંદર પ્રેઝન્ટ હોય છે. હવે આ આઈસીમાં કેટલા નાના નાના રાઈના દાણા એટલે કે કેટલા ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર્સ તમે ભેગા કરી શકો છો, કેટલા મોટા પાયા પર ભેગા કરી શકો છો, that is nothing but the VLSI. આપણે જોયું કે 2018ની એક ચિપમાં, એક ઇન્ટિગ્રેટેડ સર્કિટમાં 59.2 બિલિયન જેટલા ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર્સ ભેગા કરી શકાયા. So it was a giant achievement, bigger chip, અને એ ચિપ આગળ જઈને બહુ બધા પ્રોડક્ટ્સમાં યુઝ થઈ હોય. I think આપણે કોઈ ક્વેશ્ચન્સ હોય તો એ લઈ લઈએ. There was a question, I think, in the comment section which I read, કે OPAMP અને MOSFET નો શું યુઝ થાય છે. Okay, MOSFET is nothing but one kind of transistor, એક ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર નો પ્રકાર છે. OPAMP also is one kind of small element which helps to કરંટને પોતાના ઉપર લઈ જવા માટે અથવા તો પોતાના ડેઝિગ્નેશન સ્ટેજથી થોડું નીચે રાખવા માટે, સર્કિટના યુઝ માટે આ બધા એલિમેન્ટ્સ યુઝ થાય છે. આ બધા એલિમેન્ટ્સ ભેગા થાય અને આપણે જોયું કે ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર્સમાંથી ગેટ બને છે, ગેટમાંથી બ્લોક બને છે, બ્લોકમાંથી સબસિસ્ટમમાંથી એક સિસ્ટમ ઓન ચિપ સિસ્ટમ બને છે. સો ધીસ ઇઝ નથિંગ બટ ધ યુઝ ઓફ MOSFET એન્ડ OPAMP. ઓકે, ક્વેશ્ચન છે જસ્ટ સવાલિયાનો કે વોટ ઇઝ ધ સ્કોપ ઓફ ફ્યુચર ઇન ધીસ ફિલ્ડ. ઓકે, આપણે ઘણી સ્લાઇડમાં જોયું કે 1950 થી લઈને અત્યાર સુધી રિવોલ્યુશનરી ચેન્જીસ ઇલેક્ટ્રોનિક્સમાં આવતા જ ગયા છે. તો અત્યારે તમે જે મોબાઈલ વાપરો છો એમાં બી તમે જોયું હશે કે લાસ્ટ યર અથવા તો એના પહેલાના વર્ષમાં 2 કેમેરા વાળો કે 1 કેમેરા વાળો મોબાઈલ હતો. હવે કેટલા 4 કેમેરા વાળા મોબાઈલ આવી ગયા છે કે એક જ કેમેરામાં પાછળ એક જ મોબાઈલમાં પાછળ 4 કેમેરા લાગેલા હોય છે. સો બેઝિકલી ધ એડવાન્સમેન્ટ ઇઝ કીપ હેપનિંગ and there is like no future is always bright because the demand is always high. તમે અત્યારે જે મોબાઈલ 45 મિનિટમાં ચાર્જ કરો છો, ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ તમને એવો મોબાઈલ કાલે 1 વર્ષ પછી માર્કેટમાં આવે કે જેને તમારે 5 જ મિનિટમાં 100% બેટરી ચાર્જ કરી આપે, તો કેમ નહીં, તમે લોકો એ પરચેસ કરી દેવાના છો, રાઈટ? અનધર એક્ઝામ્પલ 4K ટીવી, રાઈટ? 4K ટીવી રિલીઝ થયાના 2-1 વર્ષ કે 3-1 વર્ષમાં આજે માર્કેટમાં 8K, અમેરિકામાં 8K ટીવી અવેલેબલ છે. So content is like even you can see in more details, sharper images, right? So these are all advancement. This is all happening. Revolution keeps coming. So future is definitely a bright. I think we can go to the next question. Yes, Surendra Yadav, may હમણાં જ answer કરો. What is the use of MOSFET and op-amp? ફરી એકવાર, MOSFET and op-amp, those are the basic elements which helps to make a gate. એમાંથી એ AND gate, OR gate, કેવા XOR gate, જે બધા તમે કદાચ આગળ જતા ભણશો, એ બધા ગેટ બને છે. ગેટ બધા ભેગા થઈ એક ડિઝાઇન બને છે, નાની ડિઝાઇનનો બ્લોક બને છે. બહુ બધા ડિઝાઇન્સના બ્લોક ભેગા થઈ સબ સિસ્ટમ અને પછી એસઓસી આખી ઇન્ટિગ્રેટેડ ચિપ બને છે. નેક્સ્ટ ક્વેશ્ચન આપણે લઈએ. Is ER in working standard anywhere in the world? Yes, Kakadia Sujal. ER no exam. ER is under research. There are many products which are coming. If you will search, તમે search કરી શકો છો Google Glass. Google Glass અત્યારે it's like under development છે, but that's one of the example of ER. ER નો એજ્યુકેશન માં બી ઉપયોગ, I think there was a question કે ER નો એજ્યુકેશન માં આપણે શું યુઝ કરી શકીએ. તો અત્યારે તમારા સર કદાચ એ વિડીયોથી તમને પ્રેઝન્ટેશન કે શીખવાડે છે કંઈ, એના બદલે જો ER ની શોધ થઈ જાય, એના ડિવાઇસીસ અવેલેબલ થઈ જાય, એ ટેકનોલોજી અસ્તિત્વમાં આવી જશે માર્કેટમાં આગલા 5 કે 10 વર્ષ પછી, તો દરેકના ઘેર તમને એક એક શિક્ષક બેઠેલા તમારી બાજુમાં બેસીને ભણાવતા જોવા મળશે. બરાબર? એટલે કોમ્પ્યુટરમાં કદાચ તમે ધ્યાન ના આપતા હોય તો એવું નહીં ચાલે આગળ જતા. ER is gonna help a lot, which is in the R&D, and shortly I think coming up in coming years you will see all these changes. Any other questions? Which company I work? Okay, Ritesh bhai already કીધું, Intel માં કામ કરું છું.
Sir, I have a yeah, please, sir. I have a question, sir, regarding this.
Sure.
Sir, for the student of especially class 9 to 12, what they can do now at the basic level to understand what is VLSI, what is AI, and futuristic technology. Might be they will use this technology, using this technology now, but they will understand this technology. They will learn this technology, but after 7 or 8 years, technology will be total new.
Correct.
So what they have to do, so they will exactly come in the whenever they will come in the market, and they will survive easily.
Okay, so very good question. So overall trend is going to keep going ahead and ahead, right? So but basic elements or the fundamental knowledge is going to be same. Revolution or R&D happens on the fundamental knowledge. Basic પાયાના જે સિદ્ધાંતો છે એ તો સેમ જ રહેવાના છે. તો સ્ટાર્ટ આપણે 9 થી 12 નો જે ટાઈમ હોય એમાં વીકમાં એકાદ વાર એવો સેક્શન રાખી શકાય કે જ્યાં એક ટોપિક VLSI રિલેટેડ કોઈ છોકરાઓને અથવા તો જે ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ વાળા સ્ટુડન્ટ છે એના સ્મોલ ગ્રુપમાં એ ટોપિક અસાઇન કરી એ ટોપિક પર આપણે બ્રેઇનસ્ટોર્મ કરીએ, ડિસ્કશન્સ કરીએ, નોલેજની આપલે કરીએ અને થોડુંક હોમવર્ક આપીએ એના રિલેટેડ. તો છોકરાઓ એના ઉપર જઈ થોડું આગળ રિસર્ચ કરે. અત્યારે મોબાઈલનો યુઝ દરેક છોકરાઓ કરે છે, કોમ્પ્યુટરનો યુઝ દરેક છોકરાઓ કરે છે. તો આ ડિરેક્શનમાં કંઈક શોધવામાં, એનું કંઈક વાંચવામાં અને એમાં આપણે ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ કરી શકીએ. દેટ વિલ લાઈક બિલ્ડ સમ બેઝિક ફાઉન્ડેશન. છોકરાઓમાં એક નોલેજ ભેગું થતું થશે અત્યારથી VLSI બાબતે. That can help in them in future કે 7-8 year પછી જે બી ટેકનોલોજી આવી, what that technology બેઝમાં ફાઉન્ડેશનમાં શું યુઝ કરી રહી છે, they will understand it quickly.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. There was a question who invented compact. Right, Asmita Mangrola is asking ke who invented compact disc. I'm not sure, કોઈ engineer જ હશે which basically has decided કે disk ની ઉપર data write થાય. પેલા floppy માં write થતો તો floppy ની capacity બહુ ઓછી હતી. So he came to disk, and disk અત્યારે you know કે CD compact disk is now also out of market. લોકો પાસપોર્ટ સહિતની એક્સટર્નલ ડ્રાઇવ્સ યુઝ કરતા થઈ ગયા છે. Manasvi Bingradia is asking, what are the different types of SKUs used in VLSI? Oh, okay. It's a more advanced topic in technical aspects, but there are different clock SKUs, positive SKUs, negative SKUs. There are so many delays and so many things to understand the SKUs. But yeah, I think I'll not go in too much of detail. We can talk maybe some specific audience with the technical details. Okay, next question, Chair Harin Patano. Will the increase of transistor in the chip stop? Okay, let me answer this question with a question. તમે લોકો ઇલેક્ટ્રોનિક્સ વસ્તુઓનો યુઝ કરવાનો બંધ કરવાના નહીં. આજે મોબાઈલ છે, તમને જે સ્પીડ જોઈએ છે એના કરતા તમને વધારે સ્પીડ જોઈએ છે, રાઈટ? તમને ટીવીમાં જે દેખાય છે 4K માં એનાથી તમને વધારે સારું જોવું છે. તો I don't think it's going to stop, but there are challenges. It's a very good question. કારણ કે challenges છે કે ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર તમે કેટલા ફીટ કરશો, કરતા જ જાઓ છો. ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર requires the power. તો પાવર કેટલો વધતો જાય છે, રાઈટ? So there are different challenging areas in the VLSI કે ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટરને ફિટ કરવા માટે પાવર પણ એક સાથે જો વધતો જતો હોય તો એ પાવર નું કન્ઝપ્શન ઓછું કરવા માટે કઈ ટેકનોલોજીસ વાપરવી, કઈ રીતે એનું પ્લેસમેન્ટ કરવું. There are so many things. એટલે બહુ બધા સેગમેન્ટ્સમાં રિસર્ચ ચાલી રહ્યું છે. એટલે that's how it increases year by year, right? દરેક વર્ષે બે ડબલ ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર નાખી દઈએ, પાવરનું કંઈ વિચારીએ જ નહીં તો આઈસી પછી ગરમ થઈને બસ્ટ થઈ જવાની છે, ફાટી જશે, રાઈટ? So કરંટને લિમિટ કરવા માટે there are different segments where this research goes on. Next question. Amita Villani says, will there be technology in the future that will provide a protection against germs? Okay, I think very good question. One topic આપણા સ્લાઇડમાં હતો પણ કદાચ એક્સપ્લેન કરવાનો ભૂલી ગયો કે which was about the healthcare related devices and predictive medicines basically. What the topic or R&D in this area is going on. તમે એપલ વોચનું નામ સાંભળ્યું હશે, સેમસંગ વોચનું નામ સાંભળ્યું હશે અને ઘણા કદાચ યુઝ પણ કરતા હશે. So healthcare devices which you wear on your hands that will slowly start analyzing the data or the patterns of your heartbeat, your temperature and so many other aspects and slowly start suggesting the medicine you want. They can even predict based on some data what disease you are going to get. So not exactly the germs. Germs create the disease basically. But based on the diseases, if your blood cell goes down, your heartbeat goes down, your body's oxygen goes down, that will start suggesting, okay, you have to contact your doctor. It will immediately give notification આવી જશે મોબાઈલમાં કે તમારા ડોક્ટરને ફોન કરો અથવા તો આ દવા તમારે અત્યારે લઈ લેવી જોઈએ. So these are nothing but predictive medicine R&D or the research going on in that direction too. Okay, next question. Bharat Dholia says, today research is going on in Wi-Fi technology. I think this is Li-Fi. Is there any scope that VLSI will contribute in improving the tank? Li-Fi basically, I am not sure શું exactly એનો full word છે. If you can post that, I can answer that question. Any other questions we have?
Mr. Bharat, yes, please, sir.
There's a question from Anmita Mongrola says, which computer engineer got Nobel Prize for Literature in 2003? I'm sorry. મને ખ્યાલ નથી કે કોને લિટરેચરમાં નોબેલ પ્રાઇઝ મળી હતી in computer engineering. Like little poor in general knowledge. So sorry. I think Asmita Ben મારું IQ test કરી રહ્યા છે. I'm not sure about the name, sorry. If you guys want to know anything like VLSI અથવા તો આપણે જે વાત કરી, but okay, new technology comes but there are costly. Bharat Devani says new technology comes, but those are costly. So what is your thought about this? Okay, right. There's a lot of effort. એટલે નવી ટેકનોલોજી આવે છે પણ નવી ટેકનોલોજી લાવવા માટે પાછળ બહુ બધો એફર્ટ એ લોકો મૂકતા હોય છે, દરેક કંપની મૂકતી હોય છે. આફ્ટર ઓલ ધીસ ઇઝ ઓલ બિઝનેસ. કોઈ પણ કંપની નવી ટેકનોલોજી ની સંશોધન પાછળ ટાઈમ બગાડી અને નવી વસ્તુ માર્કેટમાં મૂકે છે, તો ઓબ્વિયસલી દેર ઇઝ એને વસ્તુને તમારી પાસે પહોંચાડવા પાછળ દેર ઇઝ અ effort going in that direction, so they have to recover that efforts. Basically and company, basically all companies wants to make money. That's a simple business funda. So yeah, like costly to thase જ, but there are more and more research is also going on how to reduce the cost, because at the same time market ma competition પણ એટલી થઈ રહી છે. આજે તમે ટીવી લેવા જશો તો પહેલા જમાનામાં ટીવી ના કદાચ 3-4 કંપનીઝ અવેલેબલ હતી કે સેમસંગ, એલજી, સોની અને બીજી વિડીયોકોન કે કઈ, રાઈટ? ફિલિપ્સ માર્કેટમાં આવી, પછી અત્યારે TCL માર્કેટમાં આવી. there are so many other કંપનીના ટીવી, તોશિબાના ટીવી આવ્યા. there are so many competitions are there, right? So competition is also creating a vital role in limiting these new technologies price down. So basically yes. Next question. Vishal Bhardwaj is asking, I future if we are using lots of electronics devices, can we control radiations also? That's very good question. Radiations control માટે also when કોઈ પણ જેના ડિવાઇસ અત્યારે જે નવા ઇલેક્ટ્રોનિક્સ ડિવાઇસ બનાવી રહ્યા છે એમાં રેડિયેશન્સ નો પણ લિમિટેશન્સ કરવાનો બી ટ્રાય કરી રહ્યા છે. અત્યારે રેડિયેશન છે એ એટલા લિમિટમાં નથી કે આપણને ડાયરેક્ટલી હાર્મ કરી રહ્યું છે. there is a effect, but it's a like not that immediate impacts. Over the period of time any impact થઈ રહી છે, but there is a research going on કે કોઈ પણ radiations limit કઈ રીતે કરવું, એનું reduction કઈ રીતે કરવું. So there are areas where research is going on to limit this too. Next question. Harin Patel is asking, will quantum computer replace the current computer? Very good question. Harin, I think it's doing the good research about the quantum computers. Okay, yes, quantum computers can replace the current computer. That's a very good question, and I feel it's based on my experience, it can replace. It can do all the calculations. એ બધી જ calculation જે normal computer કરી શકે છે એના કરતા even like જે normal computer કરવામાં પાછળ પડે છે એ બધી computations quantum computer કરી શકે છે. And there is a research R&D going on that direction too. You guys can search quantum computer. તમે YouTube માં search કરશો quantum computer IBM, તો એક સરસ વિડીયો છે જેમાં એક નાની છોકરીને બી ક્વોન્ટમ કોમ્પ્યુટર વિશે સમજાયું છે. એક મિડલ ક્લાસ મિડ સેગમેન્ટમાં 8-10 કે 8મા 10મામાં ભણતી છોકરીને સમજાવ્યું છે. પછી એક ગ્રેજ્યુએશન કરતી છોકરીને સમજાવવામાં આવ્યું છે કે વોટ ઇઝ ક્વોન્ટમ કોમ્પ્યુટર. પછી એક પોસ્ટ ગ્રેજ્યુએટ સ્ટુડન્ટને સમજાવવામાં આવ્યું છે કે વોટ ઇઝ ક્વોન્ટમ કોમ્પ્યુટર. સો સર્ચ ક્વોન્ટમ કોમ્પ્યુટર ઇફ યુ આર ઇન્ટરેસ્ટેડ. ઇઝ વેરી ગુડ ટોપિક અને so much of research is going on that direction too. Okay, next question. Harsh is asking, sir, which is better, AI computing or quantum computing? So AI computing is nothing but AI is just a concept which is using the same computer or the computing processor which are present today. We are trying to make it more intelligent. Quantum computing can, you can think like quantum computer is already having the AI with computing, and top of it some basic concept of the not just storing the elements in binary, just by spinning or positional computing it is calculating some stuff. So quantum computer અત્યારે already AI લઈને ચાલી રહ્યું છે આગળ. So basically AI is part of quantum computing. Next question. Manasvi is asking, sir, which computer is better, AI or quantum? I think મેં already answer કર્યો છે. AI quantum computer is already having the AI with it, અને normal computing સાથે બી AI ની applications ને AI ના concepts આવી રહ્યા છે. Next question.
Sir, we are short of time, so
I think last question maybe Amita Velani.
so we move
Sorry, go ahead.
to.
Maybe a last question.
Yes,
Amita
please.
Velani is asking,
Please, sir.
will new technology can stop cyber crimes?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I think cyber crimes we have in our slide. After last slide માં જોયું કે credit card na fraud can be stopped with the overall technology of AI basically. Already અહીંયા અમેરિકામાં ઘણા things છે based on તમારી mobile app અને તમારું wallet માં જે card છે એના દ્વારા એ લોકો જુએ છે કે તમે જ્યાં શોપિંગ કરી છે ત્યાં તમે પ્રેઝન્ટ છો કે નહીં. બેઝિકલી તમારું કાર્ડ જ્યાં યુઝ થયું છે તે તમે ફિઝિકલી પ્રેઝન્ટ છો કે નહીં. Based on that, they are already minimizing the fraud. So basically, yes, cyber crimes can be stopped, or like at least we will see some improvement in that direction too. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Ritesh.
Thank you, sir. Now it's a humble request to Mr. Nitin Patil to express the words of gratitude, words of gratefulness. So Nitin Patil, over to you.
I would take the great privilege to pay my sincere thanks to Mr. Akshay Kasodaria. Sir, your words are really mean a lot to us. Surely it added the value in our knowledge. Also, I would pay my thanks to all the principals, vice principals, all educators, parents, and the learners, and those who are attending this session. So now we have moved, I would say, we are at the point of concluding this session. Once again, I pay my sincere thanks to the higher management for giving us the opportunity and the platform to sharing the knowledge. Thanks. Very big thanks to all of you.
My
Thank you,
honor.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks,
very much.
Mr. Akshay.
My
Thank
honor,
you.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Sir, just a second. Mr. Sandeep, just present a virtual certificate. Sir, it's a tradition. It's a tradition of our Gajera Trust that we are presenting something. So, in this lockdown situation, we are presenting a virtual certificate.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.